What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into TTP Sports. And holy shit, this Flyer squad. They just find ways to impress us. And I said this in yesterday's recap. I would have been fine with whatever result happened in tonight's game. I would have been fine because yesterday was incredibly important to get those 2 points in Minnesota. You were coming into tonight against a very tough team. They were the best team in the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets, that is, coming into tonight's game. And also, on top of the fact, we find out, in the afternoon before the game that Sean Couturier is not playing. He's out with, he's a little banged up because, in yesterday's skate around or practice before the Minnesota game, he left practice early with an injury. He managed to play last night, but I guess tonight, it was a back-to-back situation. They got there insanely late. They didn't leave for Winnipeg, I believe, until like 2 in the morning or something like that, or they didn't land until like 2 in the morning. So it was a crazy, 24 hours for this team, and that's very understandable to not force Sean Couturier to play in this type of situation on a back-to-back, especially if he's a little bit banged up. And also, Jamie Drysdale doesn't play. He's a little bit sick. So that's basically nothing to worry about right there. It's been a crazy, few days for Jamie with, getting the call from Anaheim, flying from Anaheim to Philadelphia, playing his first game against Montreal on Wednesday, then hitting the road instantly. It's just a lot of travel mixed in there. And I do think in one of those games on Wednesday, he wore the dog mask that they wear in the locker room celebration. So a bunch of sweaty nutballs that wear that on a constant basis. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that Jamie Drysdale probably got sick from that and just everything that has been going on right now with everything that's in the past few days with this guy's life. So that is very understandable why he didn't get the night off, that he got the night off as well. So you put Mark Stahl in, Bobby Brink gets back into the lineup, and Sam Ersson obviously was going to be starting today on the back-to-back. Carter Hart started last night, and Sam Ersson, just absolute brick wall. It's funny. It is absolutely fantastic that the Flyers for so long struggled to find a goaltender. Just one goaltender. And now we have two. It's funny, just from the way that Sam Ersson has been playing for the past so many months, it makes you, just literally, when Carter Hart makes a random mistake, it just makes it, magnified tenfold because, oh my God, Sam Ersson's outplaying Carter Hart because both of these guys are just, really good goaltenders, and it's really good to have a very good tandem here with Carter Hart and Sam Ersson. He records the 35 save shutout. He was money, man. He was absolute money. Just, that cocky glove save that he was having the entire day. He was really good with his rebound control. He was very active from post to post, very quick on the reactions, just, not letting Winnipeg really get anything going there in the offensive zone. And Winnipeg definitely did bring it to the Flyers, especially in that third period, because you can sense it on a back-to-back when you're down 2 players and you had a late travel night getting into Winnipeg and everything like that. It's also insanely cold. I believe it was like -8 or something like there in Winnipeg, so I'm not shocked at that fact, but your guys were gassed. You were insanely gassed, and you were just, basically it felt like lifting 20 billion pound weights on your feet just trying to skate that entire third period. It looks like the Flyers definitely did get their chances in that third period, but it was more just stay back and survive and get the clear and dump ins and get those quick line changes, get guys off the ice as quick as possible as you can, and let's just survive this thing. We got a goaltender that's A+ right now. If we make a mistake, he'll be there to make up for that mistake that we make. And that's exactly what Sam Ersson did the entire night. And in terms of veteran leadership, gotta give an old round of applause here for one Cam Atkinson, because Sean Couturier, like I said, does not play in this game. We all know that. Needs someone to step up. Cam Atkinson scores 2 goals. He scores the lone 2 goals in this game. And it's funny too. I texted one of my buddies that I have and I also said this on Twitter. I had a feeling Cam Atkinson was scoring tonight. I feel like I did say this on the pod last night too. Maybe the hockey gods would reward Cam Atkinson for that penalty that he drew in the overtime last night at Minnesota. So maybe he got repaid and rewarded tenfold, and he was getting 2 goals in this game, one of those on the power play. So I believe that's 5 straight games with a power play goal for this Flyers squad. So hey, the power play is absolutely on fire. This is the best hockey team I've ever seen. This team gives you 150 to 255,000% on the ice every single night. They never back down. They never quit. This is another really good team in the NHL that this Flyers team has managed to beat, and they looked good against on a back-to-back too, man. This is just more than impressive. This is probably the best win of the season. Backs against the wall. You're missing a couple of guys. Everyone finds a way to do their job. And you're backstopped by your backup netminder that pitched a really good shutout. It's just everything was going your way tonight. And that just feels absolutely amazing. In a situation where, like I said, I would have been fine with whatever result happened tonight because you got the win yesterday, and just, with all the traveling, especially with the, 2 guys that were scratched tonight, I would have been, perfectly fine with whatever result occurred in tonight's game. The matter of the fact that you got 4 points in these 4 out of 4 points in these back-to-back games. Whew. Oh boy. Oh man. And you got one more game on this road trip. That's on Monday against the St. Louis Blues. I don't know is Kevin Hayes going to have some type of animosity from the whole Cutter Gauthier situation. Probably that'll be our luck entirely there. But I'm not worried about that in the slightest. You played a fantastic 2 games in a row. Last night, after being down 3-1, you find a way to win that shit, down 3-1 in the third period, halfway through the third period, might I add. You find a way to win that one in overtime, and then you come up here against one of the best teams in the National Hockey League, a team that has, I believe, had 9 regulation losses on the season. Now they have their 10th regulation loss, and I believe that they showed a stat on the broadcast that they haven't lost a regulation game to an Eastern Conference team this year. I believe they only have 3 overtime losses to Eastern Conference teams. So there's a first for everything there, and the Flyers managed to be the Winnipeg Jets' first regulation loss against an Eastern Conference opponent. And Winnipeg, they're scary. They had guys missing too. That's no doubt about it. They had guys missing. I believe they had Mark Scheifele missing. I don't even think Kyle Connor has been in the lineup for them. So yeah, they had guys missing in the lineup, but they still roll 4 lines. They got depth scoring. They got scoring all over the lineup. Their defensive core, they got scoring from their blue line. Connor Hellebuyck has been the best goaltender in the National Hockey League this year. This team is on a stretch where they only allow 3 or less goals, I believe, in 30-something games or something like that. I believe it's 31, 32 at this point. So, yeah, they're a really good team. No one expected them to be this good, but they're rolling right now, and they believe in one another in that room in Winnipeg. And this Flyers team just came into Winnipeg, down a couple of guys, insanely gassed because they got to Winnipeg so late, and they find a way to shut them out. Especially with the way Winnipeg was rolling in that third period. And also you gifted them a power play in the final minute and a half because Travis Sanheim obviously gassed on that shift because, Winnipeg had a lot of stretches in that third period where they were hemming the Flyers in the defensive zone. Travis Sanheim, he's just trying to clear the puck out with his hand. He tries to whack it along the board so it can go out, and he just happens to got a little too much air under it and it goes into the seats off his hand, so that would be a penalty. But, this penalty kill manages to kill that off. Get some nice clears. All you got to do, and especially with the them pulling the goaltender, there's no repercussions to just clearing the puck and dumping it down the ice. So maybe that was to your advantage. Who knows? But this power play's hot, man. This power play without Jamie Drysdale. They're getting some stuff going here, boys. It's very fun to watch. It is very fun to watch, but just good shit here for Cam Atkinson, man. He deserves a night like this, especially, like I said, with Coots being down, you needed a veteran to step up, and it's Cam Atkinson to do that. He was, he could have had a hat trick many times tonight. He had a lot of chances in this game, and he's been getting a lot of chances in the past few games ever since getting benched, I believe, a week ago. So coming back from that, West Coast Canadian road trip, I believe. So yeah, he's been all over the ice, and he's been getting a lot of chances, and it was probably about time he was due for the puck to finally go into the back of the net. So it finally worked for him. And you know, when you get one, you know, more goals just start to happen. First goal comes, I believe it was, you know, a weird shot. You know, he was peppering from the slot and everything like that, and he manages just to get one by Hellebuck, and the one on the power play was on a rebound opportunity. So, hey, just, you know, you get goals from anywhere you can possibly be, man. It works every single time. I wonder if we can get some type of, you know, streak here from Cam Atkinson. Sorry for that little pause there. I saw a notification pop up on my computer. We are getting some voicemails here on the Anytime Hotline, so I do appreciate that. I believe we have 2. So, yeah, definitely. That is very much appreciated. I'm literally recording this right after the game ended, so I do appreciate you guys leaving those voicemails here after the game has expired. So that's very nice. People getting excited about the orange and the black. It's fun times here, man. This team is legit. This team is a playoff team. They play like a playoff team, and yeah, they're definitely not a team that I would see competing for a Stanley Cup, winning a Stanley Cup, but the progression of the youth, the way that they're playing in these games, it's, you know, in a rebuild year, it can't have it any better, man. Can't have it any better. And it kind of feels like this team, you know, sparked up their game a little bit with the Couturier situation, because they looked like they were hitting a wall a little bit before that. But, you know, maybe that Couturier situation sparked them a little bit more. So, hey, I don't care. I don't care. I like seeing my team win. I like seeing my team go up against, you know, some of the best teams in the league and they win. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it at all. It's just fun to watch. That's all, man. That is some great stuff. That is some great stuff. It's amazing. Amazing stuff here. I'm trying to see if there's also anything here on Twitter, just to see anything here. There's, oh man, just talking about with freaking Cutter Gauthier too. There's people posting stuff about Cutter Gauthier. You know, Hunter, when he does his post game stuff, he's getting shit about people talking about Cutter Gauthier and shit like that, man. Fantastic stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. Trying to see if there's anything else here. Let me see if anything else here on the Twitterverse. On the Twitterverse, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Everyone going crazy about Sam Ersson. Flyers team has balls. Man. And even people from the radio stations looking at this Flyers squad, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sam Ersson's fun to watch, man. Sam Ersson is fun to watch. It's funny. Now people are trying to talk about goaltending controversy. It's amazing. It's hilarious. This team, man. This team is must watch. This team is much watch television. It just is. It just is. So, before we get to the Anytime Hotline here, look at the upcoming schedule. We got this upcoming Monday against the St. Louis Blues. We got a 4-game homestand. It's actually, before even going, actually, scratch that. Forget I said anything there. Then you got the 4-game homestand. You got Dallas, Colorado, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, 4 in a row there at home. Then you mix in a road game against Detroit. You're back at home to finish off the month before the All-Star break against Boston. So basically this upcoming stretch is the stretch before the All-Star break, because you do get like a week and a half off for the All-Star break. You're off from January 28th until February 5th, or 6th actually, because you play on that 6th. So you're off for basically a week and a day. So this is the final stretch going into the All-Star break, the final 2 weeks here. And let's see how it continues. The All-Star jerseys did get released today too, or revealed. And they were kind of an eyesore. They're kind of an eyesore. When are we getting the freaking Stadium Series jerseys, huh? I'd rather see those than that fucking eyesore than the Stadium Series, the All-Star jerseys. I just want to see. Oh my god. Oh my god. going back to what I was going to say during the schedule thing, it was funny because tonight I was originally supposed to go to the Wells Fargo Center to watch the Wings play. That would have been my first lacrosse game seeing that in person, and just happened to know that that game got postponed, and because apparently the team that they were playing, I believe it was Saskatchewan, I think it was Saskatchewan or something like that. They weren't able to make it here just because I believe all the storms and stuff that's going up in Canada, from the snow that you've been seeing in Buffalo and all that stuff. I'm assuming that storm has been going throughout Canada at this point, and they weren't able to get to Philadelphia. That game got postponed, so I wasn't able to do anything tonight. I was able to sit at home and watch the Flyers game. I don't mind that whatsoever. Don't mind that whatsoever. I got to see this team shut out the Winnipeg Jets. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. Man, this team does something to me, man. This team does something. So, let's get to the Anytime Hotline. Let's get to the calls here. Let's get to the calls. Let's get to Sean. Let's see what Sean's got to say.
Best win of the year by far, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
What a gutsy performance by the Flyers tonight to get 2 points in Winnipeg and not have Drysdale and Couturier there to take part in it. I mean, anytime as a Philadelphia sports fan you read minor injury, you think the worst. So hopefully the injury news isn't bad with Couturier. But great to see Cam Atkinson get off the schneid with 2. And just a great performance to come out of there with 2 points unexpectedly. In closing, I got to say this, and, I'm not trying to bury Carter Hart here, but I got to tell you, I feel better with Sam Ersson in the net. I just feel, more confident with him that he's going to come up with the big save at the big time. You don't usually get the greasy goals that you kind of get with Carter Hart. Just saying, I don't know if this is a full-fledged goalie controversy, but Ersson's playing really, really well right now. And he's got to be giving Tortorella some thoughts here about maybe claiming that starter's role. Wouldn't surprise me if Hart's name is bandied about in trade talk.
Hey, a couple of things to bring up there. So going to the Coots thing, he got banged up in practice yesterday, so he was good enough to play in last night's game. I'm assuming they're just being precautious and they don't want to force him, especially with the late travel and all that stuff. This is probably going to be what Sean Couturier has been basically the entire year. If he gets banged up, they take as much precaution as they can, and they just rest him for a game, most likely on a back-to-back. So I'm sure Coots is fine. He'll be off on the day off on Sunday, travel to St. Louis, and then you'll be good to go for Monday night's game. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's back in the lineup. I don't think there's anything drastic there. And yeah, Sam Ersson is 100% playing better than Carter Hart is right now. And it's not even saying Carter Hart's playing bad. It's just Sam Ersson is looking that much better. And yes, Sam Ersson doesn't let in, the soft, squeaky goals that Carter Hart lets in from time to time. But, it's can't say it hurts to have 2 really good goaltenders in your net. It really does not hurt to have that. But yeah, if you're looking towards the future, the Flyers do got a lot of goaltenders in their pipeline. They got a couple of guys from Russia and all that stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if this front office decides to move on from Carter Hart, because Carter Hart will definitely get you a lot in the trade market. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case, because Ersson has been that good. You also got Kolozov, you got Bjornsson, you got another guy from Russia, I believe, or Europe or something like that, that's been absolutely outstanding. So, but they're definitely not in any rush or anything like that. A lot of these goaltenders are very young and everything there. Ersson's very young, Hart's still young, so there's still a full lot of time here to make those type of decisions. But hey, Ersson's been a brick wall, man. And yeah, I'm sure that's, giving John Tortorella question marks, but I'm sure he's fine going to either Hart or Ersson. Hey, if you're looking at the beginning of the year, Carter Hart was making the big saves and Sam Ersson wasn't to start the season off. And now Carter Hart's in a stretch where he's not making the big saves, but Sam Ersson is. It's probably just one of those situations. Sooner or later, we'll get into another situation where Hart's making those big saves and it's going to be hard to take him out of the net. And, Sam Ersson might have a game or two where he struggles. That's just, the ride with goaltenders. That's just the up and downs of goaltenders. But yeah, Sam Ersson has been on a hot schneid for a while. Hot and very good. Let's just enjoy it, man. Enjoy it while it lasts. It'll be very fun. Got another call here. This is from Tyler. So let's see what Tyler has to say about this Flyers win.
Oh, what is going on? Tyler here. I'm calling for In Case You Have a Flyers podcast.
I do.
Sam Ersson, man, whitewashing the best team in the NHL, the Winnipeg Jets. I wouldn't want it any other way. No fights, probably for the better. You can't give the Jets any momentum. I think you trust Ersson maybe a tad bit more than Carter Hart, even though Hart is more of a veteran. And you got to give credit to where credit is absolutely due and overdue for Cam Atkinson getting that first goal tonight. Or was it the second? I'm not exactly sure, but 2-0 whitewashing the Winnipeg Jets. Let's hope we can carry that momentum to Monday. We have a day of rest. We have a day of rest for Monday when we go up against the Blues. Hopefully Kevin Hayes doesn't try to fight any of us because of that rumor that we spread around. But I think Kevin Hayes understands, especially now that he knows John Tortorella has his back. But otherwise, less about the drama and more about the Flyers. You know, Agenda Black gets another victory on the road, of course. The road team against one of the best teams in the league. Can't wait to see more. Talk to you next time. Peace.
Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate the call. I appreciate that some guys are getting, the stuff to call in a lot more. Tyler, I believe in the live streams, his name is T-Man, so he's been a frequent in the live streams for a while now, so it's great that, some of those guys are starting to call into the Anytime Hotline. But yeah, it's fun watching this Flyers team, man. Kevin Hayes, yeah, he understands the situation. Yeah, he got pissed off from, the reporters, but he knows it's nothing from, John Tortorella has his back, Danny Briere, and all that stuff. I'm sure there's going to be some type of animosity just there, just for him wanting to, shove it to the, the fan base, probably. I have no idea. But we'll see what happens. St. Louis, if we're looking at the Blues in general, where are they at? Where are we at? Standings wise, where's St. Louis? St. Louis, they're 21-18-1. Fired Burbank. They're a really good home team. They're not that good on the road. So yeah, it's going to be tough playing in St. Louis just because they're that much better of a home team. And just looking at their team in general in terms of the way they're playing, scoring wise, Robert Thomas leads them in points with 43. Then it goes down to Pavel Buchnevich, 11 points less than Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, and all that stuff. Goaltenders, Binnington, he's been meh. Same thing with their backup, been meh. They're just, they're just a mediocre team. I guess you could describe them. They're just a mediocre team. That's all they are. So this is definitely a chance for the Flyers to, go in there and try to get, 3 wins on this road trip. That'll be amazing. That'd be very great. Try to get 3 wins on this road trip. I would love that a lot. I would love that a lot. So we got to wait and see. That's also cool here. In the locker room, actually, the Flyers celebrated. They gave the dog mask to their head equipment manager, Rick Bronwell, who worked in his 2000th career game. So that's fun to watch there. So yeah, great stuff here from the Fly guys. Game on Monday against the St. Louis Blues. In terms of the recap, because we'll probably be more focused on the Eagles wildcard game that night, the recap probably will be up on Tuesday for that Flyers game, just depending on what happens. But we'll probably have the Flyers game on in the background while we're doing the watch party for the Eagles, because both of those games start around the same time. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned for all of that. In terms of tomorrow, there's really nothing going on unless there's like some type of big news that happens in regards to sports of the Phillies sports universe there. So tomorrow will probably be an off day for all of us. Everyone can enjoy the wild card round that continues to go on tomorrow. I believe Houston won today, and currently the Chiefs are beating the Dolphins right now. So, yeah, get to watch the wild card games tomorrow, have that off day, and then Monday we prepare for the misery that is the Eagles, and also the greatness that is the Philadelphia Flyers. So, that'll do it for tonight, everybody. Great win by this squad, and let's hope it continues. So, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Does me a great deal of service. Also use the code TTPSPORTS. $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Don't pass it up. Thanks, guys, for tuning into tonight or whenever you choose to tune into this. And I will see you next time.